in a perm since I was like 5. But once I stopped perming my hair started flourishing. So 60% of black women perm their hair, and they have a 156% of getting uterine cancer.
How synthetic braiding hair is poisoning black women. Synthetic braiding hair brands, you know, the same ones we use to create our beautiful braided hairstyles.
They're spending their hard-earned money on it. Y'all dudes ain't paying for it, so why are you worried about what she doing with her own money? That's how she want to look.
Study finds harmful cancer-causing chemicals. About why those harmful products, Audrey, are mostly marketed to black women.
And inhaling fumes from synthetic hair.
I have suffered from benign tumors, so now I'm starting to think that maybe it may correlate to the hair.
A new study finds harmful cancer-causing chemicals in certain synthetic braiding hair products. Channel 2's Audrey Washington spoke with some health experts and social justice scholars about why those harmful products, Audrey, are mostly marketed to black women.
Right. The report about cancer-causing chemicals found in synthetic braiding hair is sending shockwaves through the beauty industry. But now some health professionals believe these products that are targeted to black women and girls specifically are a form of environmental racism.
You can dress it up or down because of the curls.
By now, we've all seen them. The flashy beauty supply ads usually displayed in black neighborhoods that promote braiding hair products. But recently, some of those products were tested, and the results are disturbing.
Not knowing if I may be a candidate of cancer in the future or now, I don't know.
A Consumer Reports study found cancer-causing chemicals in all 10 brands of braiding hair tested. 3 had the chemical benzene.
Benzene is mostly linked to leukemias.
Chemist and Emory University professor of
Guys, she was braiding her daughter's hair with the thing that they said causes cancer, and said, I don't know if I got it or not.
Environmental Health, Carmen Marcet, explained how the chemical disrupts the body.
And it's this chemical that can go in and bind to your DNA and lead to mutations. And so it's that what could go on to form a cancer.
We reached out to all 10 companies whose products were tested. Only 2 responded. Both companies stated their products are safe and questioned the testing methods. But Dr. Marcet says benzene doesn't need to be ingested in order to be harmful.
It's near your face, so that's in your breathing zone.
In 2024, I first spoke with Dr. Marcet after the FDA proposed a ban on certain chemical hair straighteners that were found to cause cancer. Those products mostly marketed and used by black women and girls. So I had to ask, is the placement of these products in majority black communities a form of environmental racism?
I think it plays a big part. I mean, it's really a history of these types of products being marketed to black women.
It's the pollutant, it's the toxin.
Professor Dr. Tara Taylor with Morehouse College.
I would definitely say that racism is at the core with regards to when any time a particular group is disproportionately impacted.
This is, in my mind, a public health emergency.
Dermatologist Dr. Aaliyah Brown has treated patients who developed serious scalp and hand rashes from synthetic braids. She says the rashes combined with the new cancer risk should sound health alarms nationwide.
Unfortunately, there also are some biases that exist with healthcare and people of color and disparities.
Hairstylist Dion James tells me she developed health issues after decades of braiding and inhaling fumes from synthetic hair.
I have suffered from benign tumors, so now I'm starting to think that maybe it may correlate to the hair.
Is this braiding hair poisoning black women?
Of course it is.
Abayomi Jones is a physician and an attorney. She's done research on harmful hair care products in the black community.
These manufacturers and producers, they understand what is in these products, but the consumer doesn't understand. So it's a blatant pulling the wool over our eyes.
Now most of the...
This is sad. It saddens me because you see it all over the internet. And what do you hear? Men saying to go natural. Men saying, don't get the BBLs. Don't perm your hair. Don't do all of that stuff. And it's funny because it's not funny actually. I remember I interviewed my cousin, or I would speak to him. Forget interview. I would speak to him every day. He would say about his girl, I don't know why she keeps doing that to her hair. She was doing the same thing to herself. What hairstyle did this girl, what hairstyle would she wear sometimes? Those synthetic braids. It had the same one. That's what she used. It's sad. So many are doing this, and guys all the time say, no need for the BBLs. No need for all that fake hair, right? And I've been a victim of this myself. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I may have taken something that gives me cancer before. Why do I think that? Check this out.
How synthetic braiding hair is poisoning Black women? Consumer Reports tested 10 different synthetic braiding hair brands. You know, the same ones we use to create our beautiful braided hairstyles. 9 out of 10 of those synthetic brands contain unhealthy chemicals, including some chemicals that are known to cause cancer. Reports found benzene and methylene chloride, both linked to leukemia, and the braiding hair contain unsafe levels of lead, which can cause kidney damage, heart problems, reproductive damage, and brain damage. And in children, those same chemicals can lead to learning disabilities, behavioral problems, and developmental delays. Officials say the chemicals in the synthetic hair can be absorbed through your scalp, inhaled, and if somebody touches your hair, they can ingest it that way. You already know when we get sick, nobody believes us. So what can we do? Maybe start wearing our natural hair. I think you'll be pretty. What do you think? Would you be willing to give up your favorite style if you knew that it was making you sick? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T. Follow for more.
Black women to know. Most beauty and hair care products that are marketed to Black women, they contain a class of disrupting hormone chemicals called parabens. Yeah, you probably already heard of parabens, but did you know that parabens cause disruptions in the body, cause infertility, even harm your reproductive system, and cause cancer? I can go on and on and on about these topics. Comment if you want to see more videos like this.
Found cancer-causing chemicals in 100% of the 10 synthetic braiding hair brands that they tested for. And yes, that includes some of your favorite brands like Sensational. 100% of the samples contained cancer-causing chemicals. 9 out of 10 contained lead. 3 out of 10 contained benzene, known to cause acute myeloid leukemia, and they release hazardous chemicals in the air when burned or boiled. We had already learned some of this about things like perms, which had been linked to cancer-causing chemicals, but the synthetic braiding hair that we've been using for how long? But the answer now is, what do we do now that we know this? There actually is a Black female founded company called Rebundle that sells plant-based braiding hair. It's actually banana fiber that is safe and non-toxic. Because honestly, the reality is, as Black women, we should not have to sacrifice our health in order to have the gorgeous hairstyles we want. And why is it that the products that we're using are most dangerous for us? We honestly deserve so much better, and it's time to hold these brands accountable for what they're putting into their products and how it is affecting us in our bodies.
But you know what? I think just cut it. That's how I feel. What I will say that? How many are going to see this video? Understand that. Like, imagine the Black females all over the world are not watching TikTok. Think about how many views this video got. What, 10,000? So most of Black females in America didn't see this. Now, this right here, I would say, okay, you're getting this, fine. But also, how many people can afford this? Something like that, I'm sure, is gonna run a bit more. They're definitely gonna market it to get more. They're gonna push for it and push to sell it. That's marketing is gonna cost money. So guess who's paying for that marketing? You are. I say just drop it all together. Why? Because the same exact things that's poisoning the hair. Check this out.
here, maybe it was like some weeks or months ago, where the girl was like, if you're somebody that constantly changes your hair, when you first get your hair done, you be like, what the takes you a while to adjust to your hairstyles. And I feel like that's so true. Like, I get my hair done every 2 to 3 weeks. I done had every hair color under the sun.
She said she had every hair color under the sun. Look at the braid she has. Didn't she use the same thing y'all just saw was bad? You think she got the memo? Look at that whole head of fake hair behind those braids. And then the fake hair mixed with those braids. Worrying cancer. She doesn't know. Miss, keep her hair done.
For real, wig, curly, long, straight, braids. I done did everything but cut my hair off at this point. And I look so different between hairstyles. And it be taking me a while. Now, today, I just got my hair done. I didn't have to adjust to this. A bitch looks good. I know I look good. And I know I always be looking good, period. But it just be like, wow, this is different. Like, you're a brand new bitch. And it just be taking me a while to adjust to the look of myself with this new hair. I don't know. I wish I could tag her. I wish I could find the post to even stitch it, do something. But that shit is real.
Or they been TikTok. Stop perming your hair. It causes hair loss, but not only does it cause hair loss, it causes cancer. I did a video on this last year, but I want to talk about it again to bring awareness for the girls that didn't see that video. So I stopped perming my hair 10 years ago because my hair was falling out real bad. And I had been getting a perm since I was like 5. But once I stopped perming my hair started flourishing.
See that? She stopped perming her hair. It started growing. How do I know that works? My sister's doing it now, and I saw my mother do it. She stopped doing it, and her hair started flourishing. I remember my mom would come in with short hairdos. She stopped messing with it, grew.
And thriving. But getting back to the perms. So 60% of black women perm their hair, and they have a 156% of getting uterine cancer, and then a 30% chance of getting breast cancer, because they use this ingredient, formaldehyde, which is used in science labs, funerals, chemical storage warehouses, and more. And it's primarily used in embalming fluids for deceased bodies. So yeah, they're literally making you bald and giving you cancer. But if you perm your hair, here's some natural ingredients you should be using to nourish, strengthen, regrow, and reduce hair loss. I have a 5-year-old, sorry. So pumpkin seed oil, which blocks the enzyme that's responsible for hair loss, improves scalp health, and regrows your hair. Horsetail, it has a lot of nutrients that strengthen the hair, promotes hair growth, reduces hair breakage, and increases elasticity. Rosemary, which is also good for strengthening the hair, promoting hair growth, reverting bald spots, reducing hair breakage, recovering hair loss, and it's even good for androgenic alopecia. And then amla, which is high in vitamin C and antioxidants and prevents further hair loss. And Obsession Trust's hair growth oil has all 3: pumpkin seed oil, rosemary oil, and amla. It's linked in the bio. But if this was helpful, like and share this with somebody that perms their hair, because a perm was never that serious. You can always get a silk press.
You know what this reminds me of? I remember I used to hear sayings of, in Africa, they use things from the trees and they use certain berries. Doesn't it seem something? Because what she was suggesting was a lot of natural oils. I'm sure they used a lot of that. Time to go back to the basics, right? And I'm sure that's why her hair looks alive. And as she said, she silk pressed it herself without a perm. That's what they should be doing. Silk pressing their hair. Because their hair looks good, actually. One thing I did, and it's what a lot of you can do, ask your Daddy Google. I said, yes, recent medical research strongly links certain hair products popular among black women to a higher risk of developing specific cancers. I wonder why. I wonder why black females. Listen, we're going to get into that. Major studies from the National Institutes of Health have found that chemical relaxers, straighteners, and permanent hair, dark hair dyes disproportionately elevate the risk of breast and uterine cancers for black women. Furthermore, rigorous product safety investigations have detected hidden carcinogens in synthetic hair extensions and breaking hair. So that's what the lady's talking about, right? It causes your hair to break. So not only is it killing you, it's causing your hair to break. Chemical straighteners and relaxers, a large-scale NIH sister study tracked over 33,000 women and found that those who use chemical straighteners more than 4 times a year were more than twice as likely to develop uterine cancers. Permanent hair dye, so that's bad as well. 60% increase of risk breast cancer. Synthetic extensions and braiding hair. So they just talked about that. So also, I read this as well, right? These toxins can be absorbed through the scalp or inhaled when heated during styling. That's how the lady got sick. Beauty products historically marketed. Why black women face a higher risk. Beauty products historically marketed to women of color frequently contain higher concentrations of aggressive chemicals, hormonal disruptors, and unregulated ingredients compared to those targeted at white consumers. I wonder why. Scalp lesions and absorption. I remember my cousin got this. Chemical relaxers often cause chemical burns, sores, or micro tears on the scalp, which makes it easier for harmful carcinogens like formaldehyde to enter the bloodstream directly. This is what I asked. Ask Google. Guys, it's telling me everything. Watch this. Look what I said. I said, are black women targeted to wear hair products to brainwash? While the term brainwashing implies a forced psychological extraction of free will, historians, legal experts, and sociologists state that black women were systematically targeted by aggressive, predatory marketing that exploited Eurocentric beauty standards and forced societal pressures. This one is good, guys. I got to show you this. Hold on 1 second. Let me make myself smaller. All right. So it says, for generations, the commercial beauty industry and societal institutions created an environment where natural black hair was deemed unprofessional. So it was deemed unprofessional, unmanageable, or unacceptable. This forced a massive, highly targeted market for chemical and hair relaxers. So what happened? Right? Guys, it's simple. And men know this. We're not trying to go at you, ladies. Let me let you understand. When they got the man out of the home, because this was all through feminism, right? They gave you feminism. They gave you money for that, and then said, gotta get your education. Because feminism came in and did what? That's when ladies were getting jobs, right? Then after that, in the 80s, was the boom. From the 70s to 80s was the boom, right? Then what happens? You're getting jobs now. You're going to college now. So you get the job. What do they tell you? You can't come to my job with your hair like that. Instead of doing what the lady said, you saw the lady that just was in a video, right? She said, use this, use this, use this. But what happened is back in those days, we didn't have the daddy Google. You understand? So a lot of us didn't have the knowledge. So what happened? They went with what was given to them. All by design. And you see all of the time they say, oh, you black men implement the patriarchy too. You were tricked. Understand. They'll never understand.
Weave. God told me to take out my extensions. God told me to stop wearing wigs. And obviously, I took it out. I got a silk press.
She did right.
There's a lot going on, and I think he's been trying to communicate with me, but my head is like an antenna. This sounds so strange.
It's not
But
strange.
the vision that I received was that like my head is in an antenna, and when there's like a wig over it, the message is it's hard to receive the message. I thought that was kind of strange. I was like, you know, check on these kids.
You know what she said. It kind of hit home, and I think he was saving her. I do believe that she got that message from him because she didn't say anything about it being dangerous, right? He probably warned her. He knows it's not good for her, and it's true. Think about it. If you're putting something in your head that poisons your head, not your real hair, so it covers up your hair. Like you remember when he said to Samson, he said, "Don't ever cut your hair." So if he told Samson that, right? You shall always do this and never cut your hair. Then he cut it. What happened? He lost his power. So what have they done to the black female? Stripped away all your power. And guys, this is so deep because I'm going to show you what else happens. What's the other thing that cripples you?
Challenged. Stop talking about what women are doing with their hair. It don't matter if they wearing lace fronts. It don't matter if they wearing wigs. It don't matter if they wearing it don't matter. All right? If they want to do if they want to wear lashes, makeup and all this stuff, they can. They're spending their hard-earned money on it. Y'all dudes ain't paying for it. So why are you worried about what she doing with her own money? That's how she want to look. Everything that a woman does is not for the attention of man. And it be you old, it's sad, bro, because it really be you old heads. You old heads should know that. You want to start the video off by with this first line right here. At this point, I don't know how you date.
You know, it's funny, the old heads. That's kind of talking about me. You understand? And knowing what I know, you understand why I said there's a problem? You see the echo chambers?
What you saying? You don't know how black men date black women or men date black women because you trying to insinuate that all black women or majority of black women wear weave. And even if that was the case, it's still attractive. A man ain't worried about what she got. A straight man ain't worried about what she got on. That's what I will say. A man who is attracted to biological women is not worried about what she got on. Point blank, period. And the lace fronts don't even be looking, but there could be some bad lace fronts like out there, like if she didn't do it right or something like that. But as a majority, bro, these women are taking care of they looks. They want to wear it. They look good in it. Let them look good in it. Why do y'all get so upset at what a woman is wearing? If you don't like it, then go to another type of woman and leave black women alone. The worst thing a lot of us men ever did was open up our mouth and start talking. Sometimes before you press play to record a video, before you press record, right? Just don't. How about that? Before you make that video, just don't. Before you talk, just don't. Just be quiet. And I'm going to keep saying it. Even the Bible says a fool is counted as wise when he is quiet. Just be quiet. All right? Have a good one.
Pow. Pow, pow. Panda.
So be quiet. And you gotta show the video. Our females are dying. And understand what men say in the videos. It's very harsh. It is. It's very harsh, but there's a lot of love in it. And what the last female said was very important. She said, it's covering up my antennas. So I can't connect with God.